You have set up a site and physically installed equipment. Now you need to tell AgSpy which equipment corresponds to which site. To do this, go to the Admin section of AgSpy and choose ServiceSpy from the Service menu. There are three different menu choices available to you. Replacement is the choice you select when a field has already been installed but the probe is not working properly. Use of this menu selection is covered in the probe replacement tutorial. Today we are doing an installation, so I'm going to select the installation button. Keep in mind that at this point you are using ServiceSpy to tie already installed equipment to a specific field or site number. To complete the installation, thus telling AgSpy which site should be tied to which equipment, you only need enter the site number and the probe DSN or the ComTower DSN. Here I have entered a test site number along with the ComTower that has been installed. I'm going to press the Validate button to make sure that the equipment is communicating to the AgSpy database. Notice that ServiceSpy has listed both the probe and the ComTower serial numbers. It also shows the latitude and longitude sent in by the ComTower. The GPS coordinates shown here will be applied to the site in the AgSpy database, replacing the temporary coordinates that were used when the site was set up in AgSpy. There are two infrequently used options you might choose when doing an installation. Most probes are installed at a depth of 4 inches, but if your installation was deeper than that, choose one of the other options from the drop-down. The depth of the installation is important because that drives what depths are shown on the graphs within AgSpy. You may also wish to have AgSpy track data from only a certain number of sensors. Here you would specify either the top or bottom and then indicate how many of the top or bottom sensors you wish to track. This option might be used, for example, when the crop doesn't typically have very deep roots, so you might want to only track the top 5 sensors. Once you have reviewed the information shown on the screen, simply press Complete and the site in the AgSpy database will be tied to the equipment installed at the site. ServiceSpy makes every attempt to edit check the information it's provided. Therefore, you may see certain error messages as you go through the installation process. The first one you're shown here would occur if the site you entered does not exist in the AgSpy database. The next error message would happen if the equipment that you specified had not reported in to the AgSpy database. Yet another message tells you that the physical location of the probe DSN is not near the planned location according to the site's information in the database. This might be because you input the wrong site number or the wrong ComTower or probe serial number. Check to make sure you entered the right numbers before deciding to choose the override option. Here you see a warning message concerning the values being sent by the probe installed. In my example, all sensors are showing very low values. This is an indication that something is wrong and you will want to address it before completing the installation. Sometimes there might be one faulty sensor. The example shown here would happen very rarely. When ServiceSpy reports more than one bad reading from a sensor, you should not complete the installation, but simply exit out of ServiceSpy. You may have an air bubble in the installation, so instead you should check the installation and fix any problems before proceeding. Then use ServiceSpy again to tie the equipment to the site. This concludes this tutorial.